Hello, YouTube friends and family. It's Frank here yet again with another little video. Anyways, I wanted to jump in here right quick and say I don't know if anybody caught the news article. I think it was in thevillages.com where the Villages regained its title as being the #1 retirement community in the world, anywhere in the universe, in our galaxy, or in Florida, whatever. It retained its title at the #1 spot to be in. If you haven't gotten here, I don't know what you're waiting for. Sell your house, get your butt down here, buy a house, or whatever you're gonna do, and move to the Villages. If that's what you want to do. Honestly, folks, if you're really considering being here, research, do your study, do a lifestyle visit, come check it out, come see for yourself, experience it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it or anybody else you see on YouTube. Come live it, experience, do it, be it, feel it, see it, and make that decision. I think for most people who do a lot of impulse buying on the excitement, you got to be careful with that. Make sure that this is where you want to be at. But you're going to find, though, even though you go to other places, nobody's going to compare quite like the Villages. No other place is going to offer the same thing as what the Villages do. Yeah, they have rec center, and they might have a town square. They may have a couple of restaurants and a couple of golf courses. Yeah, some people got golf carts and things, but it does not measure to what the Villages measures. From all the way up north to all the way down south, the Villages, this is the place to be. Yeah, it may not be for everybody. It has its ups and downs, and there's also some negatives. But you gotta look for the positives, and once you lock into that, you can make the Villages be anything you want it to be, just like you could at anywhere else you've moved to. It's all what you make it. I recently became a grandpa, so me and my wife are new grandparents for us. And the weird thing about it is, this was coming from my youngest son. I have 3 boys, and of all of my sons, and then I also have, a stepson and a stepdaughter too. But out of the 5, my youngest son happens to be the one to get married, and have the first baby. Me becoming a grandpa for the very first time. It's a lot to take in, and that was just one of the things that happened just recently, actually. His name is Cohen. They named him Cohen Brooks, but they live and currently living in Alabama, and so me and Susan, we drove up there to Alabama and see the fresh baby boy here, and I'll post up some pictures of him. So yeah, I'm pretty proud. I just, it's taken me a while to get used to the idea of me being a grandpa. I still, the funny thing about it is you just tend to see your kids as the little kid running around in his little underwear and up on his tippy toes, and I mean, and now they're grown, and married. He's got a wife, great job. And it's funny is he's kind of following my footsteps there a little bit, when I was around that age. But anyways, I apologize I haven't put up anything of any roller adventure lately. I'm going to be working on that, doing some new homes in some areas. We all know that the village of there's a Newell is coming out. It's currently in construction, and in Denham as well. All that run south of Meganson Road here in the villages. If you hear a lot of noise out there, there's a lot of traffic going on. So, it's been exciting to watch the villages continue its dream and continue to do more construction. And I'm going to get in there as these areas become open and ready for the public, to get in and, do some riding around and showing some of the villas and other homes of what they've been doing. People have asked me, as to why I just ride around looking at patio villas, some of the courtyards, some verandas, and not really so much of the designer homes. I feel like, a lot of the focal point where a lot of people buying in is, they're looking for villas. Probably, being at the lower price point, they're coming open quicker, it gets people in, people use patio villas for all kinds of reasons, right? It could be their second home, their vacation home, right? Rental property, people use it for investment purposes. And that's kind of what we did. Me and Susan, when we first bought in, we were the Villagers, Florida part-timers at one time, as many of you may know. And then we changed our channel name. But to give a little backdrop, we had discovered the Villagers a few years back, and I'm not sure exactly what the timeline is, but we kept coming and visiting. You do the lifestyle visit. We were just like, this is like the Disneyland for retirees, and you don't even have to be retired, but we were that close to it, right? So one day we decided, we want to do this. We want to be here full time. That's how much we enjoy the villages. Now, with that being said, people ask us, and we get in our emails, and that's one thing I wanted to mention to you guys too. If you have questions and comments, things you would like to, ask questions about, we'll do our best to, answer those questions. And I know there's other channels out there that have probably talked on every subject under the sun and try to answer, and it's the same repetitive things, Anyway, but you could email us at our older channel's name, which is still good, and it's going to be the Villages Florida Part-Timers at gmail.com. Go ahead and you can shoot me an email there. I do check it from time to time, and I will try to get back to you as timely, fashionable as I can. Just to go back here a little bit, this little video, of course, as you can tell, is just a chit chat, just to chime in, touch base with our viewers and our subscribers, since I hadn't really been doing a whole lot of things here lately. But as the year progresses, we're going to get back into the swing of things. But we had decided to move here because we love the villages so much. We decided to take the plunge, move here, and everything's been great. We still love being here. And the funny thing is, I think some people think that when you move here full time, that the hype of the villages is going to wear off. The honeymoon is over with, so to speak. I get people, and I'll tell you, I've been really enjoying, and I'm kind of squirreling here a little bit, enjoying meeting our viewers and our subscribers at the town squares, or we may be off somewhere, and bam, there they are, and they'll recognize you and say, "Hey, Frank, we love the channel and we watch your videos, and it's nice to meet you." And it's really nice to meet folks It's a great way to get out there. And if you happen to see me out and about, and don't be afraid to come say, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Just please don't punch me in my nose. No pun intended, but you never know, right? Can't make everybody happy. Although I try. I try to have some humor in our channel as well as other things about the villages. It's kind of a mix. It's a bucket of bolts, if you will. So I love to meet our subscribers out there, and people will ask us. So we sit down and chit chat, and they're like, now that you've moved, what do you think of the villages? Do you still have the same fervor and the same passion for it? Have things diminished? No, it's diminished in the sense that we don't try to do 300 miles on our golf cart because we got to be back to work on a Monday. We only got 3 days here to visit, or a week, and stuff like that. Now that we're here, we do things more at our leisure. And that's the fun thing about retirement, is you don't have to be anywhere really. You don't have to punch in the clock. So you can take your time, right? Golf carts are one of my favorite things. I love to go on a golf cart. And as a matter of fact, Susan's out right now. Off on the golf cart. She's going to go meet up a friend of hers and show her around and show her some things about what to do on the golf cart, where you go, where you can't go, things of that nature, and just show her some stuff. And just, it's a beautiful day today. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It was nice really yesterday. It seems like it's even nicer today. So I'm sitting out in the back in our little Lanai. I'm waiting on a bird cage and all to be put in. Just when you think, ARC approves everything, they get some new people in there and they don't know anything. They don't know the new language or what's being built. They've been building things in the villages, like half mansard, things for your bird cage or this and that they don't know what that term. I never heard of it before. And so they're not approving people because they are uneducated. So now I put it back another 2 weeks after many weeks of waiting. But we searched around quite a bit for a retirement community. We checked out On Top of the World, Margaritaville, there's DeSoto, I think, Solavita, Del Webb, and the list goes on, right? In fact, we even thought about retiring to, I think it was Hilton Head Island at one time, South Carolina. Really nice, but it's not the villages. So even though we're here and we don't go to the town squares every night, and we go quite a bit. You can go when you want to go. And that's the beauty of it. If any of those people are out there who are wanting to move, why don't you come down? Get a hotel, do a lifestyle visit. I think it's like $100 a day. You're 100 a night. You can get a villa or a bungalow somewhere. You can get a golf cart. It comes with bicycles, fully furnished. But you're not going to spend much time in there. Trust me. You're going to be out golf carting, going to the squares, and having yourself a good time and seeing what the villages has to offer. We are from Southern California originally, Susan and I. Born and raised in Southern California, Torrance, Redondo Beach. I'm from Long Beach. I was born in Hollywood, so we're all in that Southern California area. And yeah, the weather there is always immaculate, but there's something to be said about Florida skies. And the sunsets out here, the sunrises, the clouds. But I had mentioned earlier that get a lot of people, who will ask us questions about what we like to do in the villages. How much does it cost to live here in the villages? It varies from place to place. Depends on the house that you buy, whether you bought a patio villa, courtyard villa, designer home, a veranda. Where's the location? Where are you at? Is it new? Is it used? Or pre-owned? There's a lot of things that factor. What county, Marion, Sumter, it's really hard to say, what your monthly expenses are going to be, depending on how much electricity you use, how much water you go through. My highest electric bill so far this year, or so far since we've been here full time, has probably been about 118, 16, somewhere in there. I'm figuring the most it'll probably run us, even in the summertime, probably wouldn't be much over 120. Of course, we have a bond. A lot of people ask questions, as to whether they should pay off the bond and save them $100 or $200 a month, whatever that amount happens to be. I think for us, our bond is 100 and some odd dollars. I'm not sure. And we've thought about that. We've thought about paying off that bond so that we could save a monthly expense. And there's nothing wrong with cutting corners. Saving a monthly, but keeping your expenses to a monthly budget. Lowering your monthly cost. I get it. Some people may just be on Social Security or their pensions or whatever, and they need to structure their monthly expenses. But I'm just saying, saving $150 a month shouldn't. Hopefully, it's not a deciding factor as to whether you move to the villages or not. More so than just that, it comes down to how long are you going to be in your home. Paying off that bond, is it going to be beneficial to you? Because it'll probably take 12, 13, 15 years or whatever it is to pay for itself, if you will. So if you buy a house and you've got say a $28,000 bond or $20,000 or something, whatever that is, and it varies from village to village and based on the amount of homes in that village too. There's variables that go into that each house is divvied as their fair share for paying for the infrastructure in order to build those neighborhoods, right? So if you're only going to be in your house, say 5 years, 7 years, or something like that, and you paid off that bond, really you've only helped the new homeowners who are coming in behind you. You paid off the bond really for you, but for them. Unless it's your forever home and you're going to be there 15, 20 years, and it's beneficial to you to go ahead and pay it off, and it helps you with your expenses, he's going to be there, that may be okay. So I would just go ahead and just consider the bond as part of your monthly expenses. Also, your water usage is going to vary. How much water you use in the home, your irrigation system, how much water you use for that, it's going to fluctuate. Your amenity fees also creep up. I think when we first got in here, my amenity bill and the irrigation and the sewage stuff, the water, I was paying around $240. Now I'm up to like $280. And, it fluctuates based on the water usage and things like that. Now that we're here full time, yeah, my expenses have gone up. But when we decided to move here, was one of our deciding factors. We had budgeted for that. How much is going to be for this, that, that kind of and we blew it up a little bit. And if these numbers stay within this certain framework, we knew we would be good to go. And so far, it's been less than that. So I wouldn't recommend paying off the bond unless you're going to be here 20 years. You're just helping out the next guy. Pay what you got to pay, and then let them pay what they need to pay, right? That's just the way I look at it. So you're going to have your mortgage unless you sold your house from wherever it is that you're moving from, and you could buy the house here cash. A lot of people do. You're going to have an amenities fee. We don't have HOA. You're going to have amenities. You're going to have your your water, your electric bill, cable, well, your internet rather, which mine is like 85 bucks a month. You got to factor in your cell phones, you know, you're going to want to get a golf cart. One of the things that attract people here to the villages is being in a golf cart community. I also get people to ask us, at random times, what do we think about the villages being a 55 plus retirement community? That's become a sore and sensitive topic for a lot of people. There's been a lot of mixed opinions and views on that title. I think in the beginning, it's been that way. It kind of still is. Somebody say, well, the Villages is not a retirement community, it's an age restricted community. Well, it's really both in a sense. It is a 55 plus retirement community under the term. So is Margaritaville on top of the world. So all these 55 plus communities, regardless of any negativity that you hear. I don't care if you see a movie that talks about, the Villages is nothing but a bunch of swingers. That's not true. The Villages is full of this and full of that, and there's LGBTQ people, there's this group and that group and blah blah. Well, you know what? You can move anywhere in the country and you're gonna have the same situations. Just because you move here or move anywhere else, people don't stop being people. If it doesn't affect you, then it doesn't include you. And so therefore, you don't notice it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out this video. I just wanted to sit outside for a little bit and it's beautiful, and want to know what it's like to be on like another channel and just sit out here on the porch and chillax. It's really nice. You may have to do this more often and then get me a beer of the day. All I got was a Diet Coke in there. But I'm going to be making an announcement at some point in time too, because I'm thinking of something special for you guys. And once I get all of the details put together, I'm going to let everybody know what it's going to be, and try to make this channel a little bit more fun and more personally interactive with people, and not just simply about what they're building somewhere. And we got a bank coming in. Oh, there's a new bank building. Oh, there's a brand new convenience store. People don't. We're over that. So I'm trying to find some fresh new things. And these videos aren't just for us here locally, but it's for people abroad who aren't here, who haven't been here, who can't or may not be able to get here to watch these videos, and to help encourage people as to why they should come to the Villages. Have a good one, guys. Frank here. Peace.